Hello, Fuzzy Goat family. Melissa here in Thomasville, Georgia on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. Cadence and I are back from our trip from Canada, and I'm so happy to be here with you. And I'm going to talk about something. I'm just going to leave it out there and let you think about it for a second, and I'm going to come back to it. Knitted knockers. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about knitted knockers. So we had a great trip. We had a lot of good information that we got from our meeting, and we're trying to slowly, implement some of it. We have our sale going on, 20% off kits and bags, that like a back to school type situation. But it's not all of them. So just make sure you look at that. So you can, it's online and in the store as well. What else do I want to talk about? So I got a lot of knitting done. I feel like I'm sliding down here, both at our trip, and then my husband and I went to see the kids in Savannah the weekend before. So got a lot of knitting done. I'm going to share that with you. Nothing is finished, but we're getting there. All right, and I got some new products to show you. So with that, let me go back to knitted knockers. So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it has brought to my attention this morning that the local oncologist, I believe, here in town, is looking for some knitted or crocheted knockers, and there is a website you can go to. There's some patterns on Ravelry as well, and the website is Knitted Knockers, and there's also a crochet pattern there too. If you feel like you want to do this, you can send them to us. We'll get them to the people that need them. They're looking specifically for sizes C and up. So there you go. And, like I said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So just thought I'd mention that to you all, locals or non-locals, that there's a need here in Thomasville for that. All right, so with that being said, let's look at some new products. So this is adorable. It's I'll put it in my hair so you can kind of get an idea of the size. It's a hair claw, is that what you call them? With yarn and needles. Super cute. It is up online. I think we put it out this weekend and it was pretty popular. So we do have some more of these. It's just the one color, but a hair claw. Other thing that just came in, and I believe Kaden said she got them all up online, are, what are we calling these? Lanolin Rich Hand and Body Balm. Okay, but it's safe for your knitting. So the idea is you would use it on your hands and you'd knit. Your yarn would then get scented, and so it would deter moths, and it would just make it smell good. So we have it in a stick, I guess you call it, and in a tin. We got different scents. I think we've got, let me tell you, we've got Frosted Garland, and the box, when we opened it, I love smells, like good smells, like candles and all kinds of lotions, anything. And oh, it just smelled divine. Okay, so this is Frosted Garland. This one here is I think I'm saying this right, vetiver and cedarwood. And I have been told that vetiver it would help with focus. I actually used to try it with my son for focus. This is hoe wood and grapefruit. I don't know why I'm showing them to you, but oh, so good. All right, so those are the sticks. And then we have 3 different scents in the tin. We have plum and amber. This one's a little on the sweeter side of the ones we have. Yeah, and not sweet, but just on the ones we have, because we try not to get too sweet. This one is eucalyptus and lemon. And this might be the one I need to have. Black tea and bergamot. So those are the 3 scents in the tins. And then we also got chapstick, because who doesn't need just a nice chapstick in your knitted bag, right? We got peppermint and vanilla bourbon. So those are all up online. So check those out. Then we also have, this is fun, an unofficial Taylor Swift crochet book. Isn't that fun? And it just really just came in. There's 20 projects in here. Oh, super fun. Let me see if I can find one to show you. There's a little top. And let's see. Oh gosh, you can make dolls. Oh my gosh. Oh, and here's one of her cardigans, because I understand I'm not a huge Swiftie, like I'm not opposed to her, but I don't know all the ins and outs. But apparently she has multiple cardigan sweaters. So there you go. yeah, so check it out. There's a little vest. Oh, cute stuff. Okay, so that's the Taylor Swift crochet book. Then we also got in, because we're going to try to lean into our kits, with this Very Cozy Slipper Kit. It just came in. Has multiple sizes. Let's see if I can tell you. Oh yeah, has a lot of sizes. It has women's, men's sizes. And I understand, so it's 2 skeins of this polka dot sheep. So we've got 3 different colorways. And honestly, I don't have the colorway names with me. So it's a I think it's a bulky yarn, or chunky. So this is one colorway. There's enough yarn in the kit that you can make 2 pairs, as long as they're smaller than a large. So like if you're making a small, extra small, whatever, you could actually get 2 of them out of these. This is another colorway. And again, sorry, I don't have the names. Hot off the press here. Do I have colors on here? I should. Oh yeah, this is Harvest. See, I don't know which one we're going to call the kit. Harvest and Melisandre. That's another colorway. The first one I showed you with this kind of pinky color, this is Blush. And this is Grouse. So that's the other colorway. And then the third colorway is this Lavish and Nessie. That's pretty. That looks very holiday-y. So yeah, it's super fun. It's a knitted slipper. So let me show you again. And here it is on the back. All right. Very Cozy Slippers. So that's the kit name. So, all right. I am wearing Brooklyn Raglan Lite tee. You can make it long sleeve. I don't know if you can see the little stitch definition there. Super fun sweater to make. I'm going to stand up. I made it a little shorter than the pattern called for, but I love this part of it. There's some short rows here in the front and the back to make it do that. But it's a fingering weight. Oops, sorry. Fingering weight. I used Hella Hank with mine. I think I used 1 full Hella Hank and then a part of another one. There we go. Got you back. So anyway, it's easy pattern, but there was just enough interest to keep you going. All right, where do I want to start? Oh, I was going to tell you a funny story. So no issues with our knitting. We had a customer coming in that was going to Italy just today, and she was asking about our trip. We had no issues. I did use the needle, I forget what we call it, keeper, it's like a tube. I think I had, okay, this is laughing at me. I think I had 2 or 3 projects that I brought on the plane because, didn't want to get bored, and who knew if we had a delay. We did have 2 flights, 2 flights and a layover. So I did have 3 projects. And then I think I brought 3 more in my suitcase. But I had them in the tube. We didn't have any questions. But for the first time, it's never happened to me before. And Kayna said for her either. We were on the flight and they were doing the drink service, whatever they call it. And the guy came by and told me that when we land, that I'm going to have to put my knitting away so I don't stab anybody. I was like, okay, are we expecting a bumpy landing? It made me a little nervous, to be honest, because I've never been asked that. And he walked by and I looked over. He didn't say anything to Cadence, and then he came back again and he said something to Cadence. Cadence going, I'm not putting my knitting away. But he came back a 3rd time and lingered until we put our knitting away on the descent. So we did have to do that. But, at least we did get to knit on the plane. All right, so let me talk about my projects. I am still working on the Pasadena Pullover. That's the one I had to take back. So I did get started. Oh, this is a mess though. So I did get started back on the sleeve. I really need to sit down and just finish this because I'm doing 2 at a time. And so it's kind of a mess because I got 2 balls going on. They're done flat. The sleeves start at the cuff and we're going up, and I will start decreasing. I plan not to make it as long, so I'm going to have to look at the decreases. I might have to do them more frequently to get down to the number of stitches they want you to get to by the time you get up here. It looked like when somebody had brought it in that the sleeves were longer than I'd like. let's just leave it at that. It's using Blue Sky cotton, organic cotton. It's a sport weight. It was a fun knit, the lace pattern, and I don't have my front and the back, but front and the back are done. So I just have the sleeves due and then assembly. So I'm getting there. I like to do this. I like to have lots of projects, and then I get to the point where I need to get some of them off my needles, and I get nervous. So I have some, fall is, although it doesn't feel like it here, it's very hot. Fall is around the corner from what I'm told, and we have this storm coming in. We're keeping an eye on that because it looks like it's coming right to us. Anyway, okay, so that was Pasadena Pullover. Talk about, this was exciting. So, got quite a bit of work done on my Shona. Now, I finished the body. I know you're probably thinking, it looks a little short. I actually tried it on, and there is that crochet bottom if I choose to do it. My thought was to kind of block it because I think it's going to relax. The yarn I'm using is Echo Baby. So any DK yarn would work, but I'm using Echo Baby, which is Isayer, and it's cotton and alpaca. So I do think once it goes, it's going to go. It's not going to come back. So it actually fit me kind of nice. I was excited about that. So I need to pick up and do the neck and the sleeves, and then decide if I'm going to do the crochet part. I'm not really sure I have to. If I can get this to stay down, it's a nice edging down there. So maybe I won't bother with it there. Maybe I'll play with it around the neck and the arm. We'll just see. Like maybe start with the neck, and then if it's too much, I don't have to worry about the other sleeve. I can just be done with the neck. So again, it's a Shona, I think it's Shona top, S-H-O-N-A. All right, so we're going to put these down there. I have a lot of projects. I did work some more on the Holiday Lite. Where did I put that? There it is. This is the Christmas in Flux is the name of the pattern, and we put some kits together. This is, hey Teresa and Susan, I haven't even been looking at who's listening. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Feels like a while since I've been on here with you all. So this is the Holiday Lights, and it is super fun. I'm going to show you where I am. I think I have to finish this one last repeat of the lights. I think I have like half the chart to go. And then I think I will be separating for the sleeves soon. I'm trying to look. Yeah, maybe. I think there's still some light action going on in the body. I might decide if I want to do that or not, or just leave it up here in the yoke. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, hopefully we'll be okay. No trees down or anything like that. And I need to go home and charge my lights. I have 2 pair of the neck lights, so I need to make sure those are charged and ready to go, just in case. Yes, Marcia, it's just so fun. It's just so happy. So I'm excited, and I have to decide on the bottom. The pattern has trees, which I think I might put them there, and also they have them on the bottom of the sleeves, and I may not put them there. I have to decide, but it's been a lot of fun. I will say the lights row is a long one. Like it just takes some time, and I just keep increasing, so it's just taking longer and longer. But I am excited to finish this last repeat and separate the sleeves, and then see what I want to do. So anyway, so that's the kit. That is also on sale. And then my mom, so this I am planning. Actually, this week I might work on just the rest of this week, 3 projects. This will be one of them because I'm almost done with I think this is the front that I'm working on. The front and the back are the same, but no, they're not. They're not the same. They're a little different. So this is the back. Now that the front starts down here. I have, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in my 5th right here. I just started the 5th, and I have 1 more of these repeats, which goes pretty quickly, and then I can start the sleeve. So yeah, I need to finish this. My sister is coming down for a visit right now. That's the plan, and a couple weeks. So it'd be nice if I can send that back with her to give to my mom. That's the agave. I think we still have a couple kits. I think 1 color, but we have some kits in that. It's been fun, and I feel like if I had just worked on this, if I was a monogamous knitter, which I'm not, I would have finished this quickly. So you could finish this probably in a few weeks easily if you wanted to. If you needed to even. Oh, this was a super fun too. And I say that a lot, I know. I worked on this quite a bit. Got this one in the round, which was super exciting. This is the pleated top. It's a summer top, so kind of hoping I could get it done and wear it yet before it's fall. But as I know, the official fall has started. So I am in the round, just started in the round. It was so neat to see how these pleats get started. It was also interesting, like I said, I just went in the round, how, if you can see here, how they kept you in pattern as you were increasing. Like, that was blowing my mind. So when I got my stitches got off my count, it was hard for me to figure out how to increase them without interrupting the pattern. So I didn't. I just went to a different size. So I didn't have that problem on the front. The back's where I got messed up. The first piece. It's always like that, right? The first piece, the second piece, somehow you figure it out. So this is going to be fun. It's a sleeveless top and the pleats, and it kind of goes down. It's kind of full on the bottom. I just really wanted to make it. I wanted to see what it was going to be like. I'm using Pheno on that. It calls for lightweight fingering. I think Sweet Georgia flax would be awesome in that too, but I'm using Pheno, which is great. It's got a lot of silk in it. So I think the silk will have a nice drape. That's the pleated top. And then I also worked on my wildflower tee. Again, this is very much a summer top. And got it in the round. This was a lot plain knitting right here, airplane knitting. And this is a good example of, this is very variegated, and I wasn't sure if my pattern would show up, but look, I'm really happy. I think it actually shows up real nicely. So now I'm just knitting in the round. I don't even need to pick up. I don't think we pick up at all for the sleeve. She might have a little ribbing or something. And then the neck will also get picked up. This is my, oh my gosh, I just lost the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. Provisional cast on. So I'll pull that out and then pick up the neck and do a little ribbing there. So this is the wildflower tee. I'm using Bad Sheep fingering weight yarn. So, all right. I had, well, I'll talk about it when did I bring it? Yeah, I did bring it, sorry. I jockeyed all my patterns around to get them in different project bags. All right, so this is the scarf for my sister. So I want to finish this before she comes down here. And this is, look, I made quite a bit of progress, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I meant to weigh this. I think, sorry, we got a little message up there. I think I'm more than halfway is what I'm thinking. I like to put her on my neck. So the funny story about this is, I think I told you, or I showed you the pattern. Oh, this is what I used on the plane. These little needle keepers. My theory is maybe they don't know there's needles in here. I don't know if that's true or not, but this pattern, I was working on it, and I like to have a little candle burning because, I just told you I like all that smelly good stuff. And I guess it got hot, and my candle glass broke on the bottom, and then the wax burnt, like literally burned the pattern and ruined the wood table. I mean, I was sitting there watching it happen. I just didn't know it was happening like that. Anyway, be careful if you're burning those candles. I think it was the very bottom of it, and I think the wick had just gotten a little unruly. Maybe I didn't trim it. I'm not sure, but it was the very bottom of the candle. I'm sorry, I didn't even talk about this. This is the Latta Lace, Latta scarf. This is very satisfying to do. You can get several repeats done very quickly. And then I think I'm obviously going to kind of block it aggressively. I don't know if I want to say that because I want it to be a little wider. I'm using Knitwise, her fingering with silk in it, but any fingering yarn would work. Very, very fun pattern to do. Latta Lace. Okay. And it's nice when you have a lace pattern when on the wrong side it's a rest that you're just knitting. Then, I can't remember if I worked on this. Oh no, this was in the meeting. This is the Caitlin Hunter pattern. Take this off again. what are we calling this one? This one is called Stromboli. Okay. Let's see if you can see that. I know I'm using a very busy yarn, which I love this yarn. I get to the front of this thing. So there's a little, oh, that's the side. That's the side right there. There's a little cable, very simple cable, and just a lot of lace. It just keeps repeating. It's lovely and very simple. You know, as I'm playing around with my needles, just hanging there. Very simple. Repeats. I think the chart is eight rows or something. I'm probably going to make it. It is bottom up, so I am going to probably do one more, at least one more maybe section of the repeat. So it's a little bit longer, just to make sure I can get that length in there. But I think this was also supposed to be a lightweight fingering. I'm using a fingering. She also suggested, because she wanted it to be a summer top, to use something with linen in it or cotton blend or something. I'm just using copper porgy, 100% merino, because again, with the color I chose, it's probably, I mean, I could wear it in the summer, but it's probably going to be more like a fall top. And the last one I have, I've got a tickle. You know, I tell you what, I think even though it's still hot out, we're getting some ragweed or something. My sinuses are going crazy. Okay, so this is the Pacific Grove top. I'll call it a groove. It's a grove top, and it is really fun. But I will tell you, it's a lot going on. This is the class we have going on. But look at that little basket weave kind of thing. Somebody was asking if you could use a variegated, and now that I'm making it, I think you definitely could, because it's very 3D, that pattern. You could use a variegated. Of course, you see I use variegated. If I like the yarn, I just use it. But it's been fun. I will say it gets a little tricky because to do these long, I don't know, that's what I'm calling it, a basket weave. One row is a double yarn over all the way around your needle, which makes it very congested. And then the very next row is when you do your cables. So the crisscrossy part. So you don't want to go to a longer needle, because the very next row you're dropping that double stitch. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I believe, I can't remember where I am in this pattern. I believe I'm, oh, I know where it is. I'm in another repeat of this, but it's a longer one. So like I do it, and then I think I have 3 or 4 rows of just knitting, and then anyway, I think the pattern, yeah, let's look. The pattern does go beyond the separation of the sleeves. Okay, hold on. Here's my burnt pattern. Let me just show you. Oh, and this had I had it up when I was flying. I had it hooked up, and the guy next to me is like, "I'm sure there's a story for that." And I'm like, "Yep, actually there is." Okay, that's not that. Want to pull up. Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, I just want to show you a picture. So I am, like I said, teaching a class on this, and you can see I'm about, oh, where am I? Right there in the pattern, right there. And so soon it looks like I might be separating for the sleeves, but I don't know if I want this pattern to, how far down I want that to repeat. I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that. Somebody that was taking the class was saying she might stop. I think I might just continue to do it there. I am thinking of the sleeves, I might make a little bit longer. Yeah, so that's my plan. There's my notes on there and everything. So it's Pacific Grove top. It's by Blue Sky Fibers. I am using the recommended yarn, which is their Skyland. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's 40% fine Highland wool, 30% baby alpaca, and 30% silk. It is lovely. I do love the color. I think somebody commented on that. It makes me think of the holidays, which is what I was intending. And it is, like I said, a DK weight. And what was the other thing I was going to tell you? Yeah, Skyland is the name of the yarn. And we do have some of it. We have a gray, we have a green, we have the color I'm using, and maybe a cream color. So check it out if you're interested in doing that with us. Okay, so I think what's going to happen, and I'm going to hear my husband say, you finish a project in a week's time, which is not what happens. You all see that it takes me a long time. I just have many of them, and then they tend to finish at the same time. So I would like to get a couple of these off the needles. I need to pick up a couple that I put on hold or hibernating, and then I have a couple new ones that I'd like to get started. So we'll see. I hope you all, those of you that might be in the path of this Hellene, I think is what we're calling it, I hope you're safe. And maybe it won't be as bad as they're saying, and we will be in touch. All right, you guys have a great week. Think about knitting or crocheting for knockers. I will put a link in my comments to a website where you can get a free pattern for each. They do have a list of suggested yarns. I think for the most part, if you just use cotton, they'll be fine. They don't want acrylic. I think they said can be used for bathing suits. So if you have acrylic yarn, you could do it, and then they'll just kind of use it just for bathing suits. Again, sizes C and up. All right, so check out our website too, fuzzygoatyarns.com, and I look forward to catching up with you next week. Take care.